Hi all, you're watching Hitman Tutorials, and today I'm going to talk about new vector software called Affinity Designer. We'll just open that and I'll talk about this software, but don't want to go into details. I'll just introduce this to you, and you can decide whether you want to buy it or use it. So as you can see, you'll get a starting kit when you buy this software, and this is a startup panel. This shows on startup of the Affinity Designer, and we'll just skip that and go to new document. So as you can see, it's similar, quite similar to Adobe Illustrator, and here you can choose your preset for whether you want to print it or make it for web or something like that. So you can choose page size, document units, color format, and you can choose these margins. It lacks bleed, but Affinity Designer will update this software, and we'll get bleed soon. So we set this on RGB and make it for web, and you see these settings. We'll leave the margins, we don't need them, and click OK. So regarding the file handling, we can export this file, this Affinity Design, in all various formats like PNG, JPEG, GIF, Photoshop, PDF, and very important apps or encapsulated PostScript file. So it's pretty much covered in Affinity Design. As you can see, a graphic interface is very similar to Adobe Illustrator, but has a few new things, and I will show it to you. The main thing is personas. So this what you see now is draw persona. It's for vector drawing, but also you can use some raster tools and effects, and it's right here in pixel persona. As you can see, when I change personas, these tools will change too. So you'll get in pixel persona, you get new tools for raster effects, and we have export persona. When this is for web design, and you have this slice tool here. So as you can see, it's simplified for a user for much easier handling for various effects and file handling, for different file handling. But it has a few new things, like split view. You can see this. We can choose whether we want to show margins, guides, and we can choose right here in view mode. We can choose split view. So I'll show you what it means. We draw something. This is a vector shape, and when we choose view mode and split view, we can choose right here whether we want to use whether we want to see pixels. You see right here, this is vector, this is pixel, and you can see it can be quite useful tool. So I'll just turn it off, and this is a new thing, and it can be quite useful. So like I said, these two things are different from Adobe Illustrator, these personas and this split view. Other than that, the graphic interface looks very similar. When it's up to tools, there are usual vector tools, which you can find right here in this panel, and there are artboard tools and node tool. This is new corner tool. You can see right here This is very useful and nice feature. This corner tool, it is new tool, and Adobe Illustrator doesn't have it. So it has a pen tool and pencil tool, vector brush, fill, transparency tool, vector crop, and objects. This objects tool, also artistic text and color picker, view tool, and zoom tool. So you can see that there are less tools than, for example, Adobe Illustrator. It lacks some very useful tools like image trace, 3D tools, mesh tools, blend, warp, distort tools, or magic wand, but these tools will come up in some future updates of Affinity Designer. A very important thing is that Affinity Designer is only $49, and for example, you can get the latest Adobe Illustrator for, I don't know, like $80 for monthly or yearly. I don't know what is. It's basically it is a subscription, so you get you give a lot of money, and it's not one time. This Affinity Designer is one time pay, so you pay for the software, and all the future updates will be free, and you'll get you have some pretty much good vector software for about $50, and it's very cheap, given the fact that other vector softwares are hundreds of dollars, and it's a subscription. So the conclusion is this is a very fast and smooth vector software. It has some very useful and new features like History Navigator. I forgot to say something about that. You can go back. You can go back to the beginning of the design process right here. It's a history tool, and just sliding this glider will make the work much easier. You see how it's easy to go back. There is no undo and step backward. You can just change position on the history slider, and it's very useful. So I just showed you some basic things, and in future tutorials I will go step by step explaining all the tools and features of Affinity Design. So I hope this was useful for you. I didn't draw anything. This is not a tutorial. This is just introduction of new vector software, which I find very useful, and I hope this can help you decide to buy this software or not. See ya.